Hey everyone, welcome back. Alex here, and it has been quite a long time since I have done a skill review. And because of that, I want to start off with a pretty easy skill. Now, it's a skill that not a lot of people use, but it's a very useful skill if you have party members that you want to give a little bit of help to, but not overtax yourself. And that skill is Succor. So, Succor. It's a monk skill, and it's very good for monk secondaries. I would not, and frankly would never use this skill if you're a monk primary, unless you have some very good energy management capabilities. What this is good for is if you are a profession that does have very good energy management capabilities, namely the mesmer, the necromancer, the elementalist, and the Paragon, and a few others. But those professions, those primary professions that have a lot of energy management tools available, can use this skill to give kind of a nice little energy benefit to those characters that need it. Namely, your monks, primarily your monks. Doesn't mean it can't go on to a separate hero or henchman, but your monks, if they don't have energy, they don't live. Now, if you look here on my left, with my character Celia here, she doesn't have any of the heroes from Nightfall or Eye of the North. These are just the mercenaries from some of my other characters. So I'm stuck with these mercenaries and these three henchmen here. So using Succor here, you can see it's actually a fairly forgiving skill to use. But it is one energy upkeep. So that's one energy drain on you. And you lose one energy each time that character uses a spell. So very important to keep in mind if you have characters that are casters. And of course, with monks, they cast a lot. And you want them casting a lot. But it is a maintained enchantment. It is only 5 energy though. It's very quick cast, 1 second, and has actually a pretty quick recharge time at 10 seconds. So you can kind of turn this on and off mid-battle without too much concern. So that is one nice thing. It's not like other monk skill maintain enchantments such as Life Barrier or things like that, where there is a significant cost and cooldown associated with it. This one is kind of one you can turn on and off fairly quickly. The benefit is fairly minor. Okay, +1 health. Nah. Okay, wonderful. It's great, but it's not really going to save anyone from a spike or anything. But the +1 energy regeneration, that is key. That's the one that will help out a lot. So if you look at my list here, you'll see I have Lena. Now, henchmen are henchmen. They're not the most ideal characters you want to use, particularly in hard mode and you're trying to vanquish. Most people will go out and grab their heroes, and they're all good. But Lena is pretty interesting to use because she has a lot of pretty good protection spells, but she has no energy management at all. And the problem is she also has a lot of spells that can be pretty spammy, so she can burn through her energy pool very quickly. So anything you can do to help her helps your team pretty significantly. The same goes with your healing monk, whether it's Alicia, if you take the henchman, or in my case, Zhao, which is my own personal character, but everyone can always use that little extra pip of energy. It's not huge. I'm not going to say it's going to solve all the energy management problems, but you can mitigate it. Particularly with yourself, since you, if you're the mesmer, the necromancer, elementalist, whoever, if you have those tools available, such as Inspired Enchantment and Match of Recall, in my case, then you can use Succor pretty liberally. You can apply it on more than one character and be able to keep your energy up. But if you do that, you also need to keep your own energy management in mind. So don't throw in too many hugely expensive skills. So yeah, I have Cry of Frustration, but really there's no skill that's above 10. Chaos Storm is just 5, which is nice. Wastel Worries, spam if I need it, but not too crazy important. Empathy, 10, very nice to have. And Shatter Hex, which is also a pretty nice damage output, since there are quite a bit of hexes in this map. And the map we're looking at is the Frozen Forest. So let's go take a look-see here, and we'll see how things go. So we're going to come out. We're going to give this a shot. This is not a very easy area to go through. Again, if you're running a Z-Way build, kind of the recommended builds or vanquishing builds, you can probably get through this no problem. But I'm kind of just demonstrating the concept here, not the whole build of the whole team that you should use to vanquish. So that's one thing to keep in mind. This is really just to show the skill itself and how it can be applicable and how it can be used in your build and in your team, whether in PvE or PvP. Okay, so here we are. We're out here. There's a good group of enemies up here. There's also the group over here, and there's quite a few healers in this map, so you got to be careful how you split the groups. But anyways, let's start with the skill. So we're out here, we're on the map. Now we're going to turn on Succor. So when you put on Succor, you want your most important to be on the far right and then go out to the left. So let's put on Lena first, since I consider her to be the most important. There we go. Next, I'm going to throw it on Zhao. I'm going to wait for the cooldown. So she has a nice little extra bip of energy as well. Zhao. And there we go. So now both of my monks have an extra 2 pips of energy. Now I only have 2 pips of myself. So you have to be pretty good with your own energy management to keep this going. But if you do need to turn off, you want to go from the left to the right. So we keep the most important here and the lesser priorities out to the left. Of course, the things get shattered and you have to put it on. You'll have to kind of work around that. So we're going to drop it here. Again, you got to be careful how things are pulled. Okay. And I love that spike. Okay, I am kind of fresh out of energy here. Let's see here if there's my energy. Pop it back up. Oh, let's grab that bad boy off. It's very nice. Oh, henchman went down. It's Ryan, not too surprising. And there's the ranger. And down he goes. And he's making a run for it. And there we go. Alright, so you saw the application there. Not too bad. Unfortunately, Orion went down. Where the heck is he? Because no one cares about poor Orion, but again, not ideal. It's not going to fix all of your energy problems, but it does help. But what you saw there is I did run out of energy, so I have to keep my own energy management in mind. And actually, I think mine turned off. And that's the other thing. If you run out of energy, you got to think about the order these things are going to turn off. So when I went down to 0, the one that turned off got turned off to Zhao. Well, Zhao has energy management, so that is not a huge concern. And it looks like she also died as well. And that's probably the reason why she did go down. But again, if you haven't maintained enchantment and you go below that, a lot of these turn off automatically. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And just like with my video with Mantra Recall, you want to make sure this is kind of turned on before you jump in. That's probably why Orion bought the dust, because Zhao bought the dust. Okay. I think you gotta be careful. There are a lot of azure shadows out here, and they can be pretty annoying. Just because I hate that muddy terrain. There it goes. Alright. Okay, there's my spot of energy. Okay, I'm gonna grab his shadow. Or his enchantment. You can see my energy here. I gotta be careful what my energy is doing. Oh, yeah, looks like I overdid it here. Not good. And looks like it's going to be a wipe here. Yep, too much aggro. Looks like we aggroed in another group here, so that's not good. So we'll respawn here. As always, aggro management, very, very important out here. Very, very important. Especially in frozen forest, these groups tend to be pretty clumped together. So just want to put this in here. And you know what? Since that was a lot of pressure, I'm only going to do one. Because I was not able to do a whole lot. Let's kill that Dolok. Let's get empathy around here. Okay. Come on. There we go. Get the Archbution off. Oh, not good. Okay. This is what sucks. I'm gonna go back to Copperhead actually. Yeah, I didn't say this was a good how-to for Copperhead mines, but let's give it one more shot here. One more good to go. And we'll just see what happens. And you know what? I'm going to switch this up here. We got bone minions. And looking at... Let's do... Where's it? Or the Lich. Let's do Flesh Golem. Yeah. Just kind of tune that minion master just a little bit here. Okay, we're going to try again here, but we're only going to do one. I know where this is going to go. Alright. Whoa. Get these hexes off. Yeah, we got some more baddies coming in here. Okay. Just standard Mesmer stuff. And that went a lot better. A little bit better aggro management than myself. And we got some minions as well. Okay, so let's actually go back the other way here. Yeah, looking at it right now, I think 2 Succors is one too many. So, even with Mesmer, with some decent energy management, it's actually got a lot more pressure than what I described it first. So, let's take a look here. I should bring up my warrior. Move her defensively. So I just don't want to run out too much. Yeah, let's do our thing here. Get that spirit down. Okay, there we go. Looks like our guys are already re-engaging here. Well, looks like they're just minions. Let's give it a second. Okay. Well, I was hoping to get rest a little bit here, but not going to be the case. Deal with these Azure Shadows, you gotta be able to strip those enchantments off of them. Okay, so there went a lot better. I'm not sure it's just because I bought the fresh column though. I think I just played a little bit better, managed the aggro a bit better. Because this area up here is pretty tricky when it comes to aggro. And of course, always go after a healer first. Particularly these guys, because they got marker protection, and that is one annoying spell. Okay, they're pulling back. Let's pull back here. Let's make a move. Again, standard tactics. Always take out the healer first. Very nice. Enchantments here. And down he goes. Okay. Now it's difficult to judge the effect of Succor just because you really don't see Lena's skill bar. You don't see how much energy pressure she's under and what energy management she needs, but it does help. Well, actually, let's do an experiment. We're going to take this off. I'm actually put it on Zhao, who we can see, and just see if this is a bit more effective. But as I mentioned, the most effective thing is, of course, proper aggro management, which I didn't do before. And because the groups are pretty compacted here, you gotta be careful. Now, like for example, there's 2 Dolok Masters here. You got to be able to split them. So let's swing around to the far side here. Again, I'm pretty rusty. So not always okay. Let's nail them. Faster you can kill them, the better. Taking out enemy archers is... Chaos Storm works for them because they like to stay in one spot. Warriors, they always keep moving, so... Oop, looks like we have a little bit of a spike going on here. Oh, and there's the Dolok Master. Okay, so we're going to put an end to this guy. Alright, that worked. Give one tequila here. Yeah, don't be afraid to put this on other characters such as Elementalists. Anyone can always use an extra pip of energy regeneration. Just always keep yours in mind. So this one takes actually quite a bit of active management to get it right. And let's just see. Let's just try one more group and we'll call it good here. And this shouldn't be too bad. Let's see, there's a Dolok. No, but there's a boss. So that should be interesting. Okay, he's stuck in, so now we can... Oh. Kind of bit of incorrect spell choice there. That would misfire. It's okay. Oh, and I am out of energy. So I'm going to turn off Keela. There's my shot. He likes to stay put, so I'm going to use Chaos Storm. There we go. Alright, so much better use there. The first time around didn't quite work so well, so you can't rely on this to solve all your energy pressure needs, but it can definitely be effective. But you gotta watch the burn on your own energy, because it can easily get away from you. But it's quite helpful. You can ask any monk. Extra Pippa energy goes a long way, and that keeps your party alive. So, anyways, let's go back to Copper Hammer Mines here. And that was the skill Succor. You don't see this in builds a whole lot. I'm sure you don't really see it in the competitive scene a lot. As much of competitive scene that we have at this point. But it's a good tool to use. It's a good tool if you're any kind of monk secondary. It's cheap. It's easy to pick up. It's early in the game. Definitely take a look at this. If you find you have a hero or character that is just coming under a bit too much energy pressure, they can't quite keep up with themselves, this one's going to help. It helps. It's not going to fix it. That's one thing to keep in mind. You saw that with Lena there on the first time we went out. It's not going to solve all their problems. The bad skill bar is a bad skill bar. Unfortunately, with the henchman, we can't change that. But it can help, and it can help quite a bit. So, anyways, that's my review of the skill Succor. I hope you guys like it. Again, it's been quite a long time, and I really look forward to doing some more YouTube videos. So, anyways, I know for most of my audience, Guild Wars is still a great game. It's a beloved game. I hope you guys like this. And let's see if we can crank out some more videos soon. I really hope so. And we'll go from there. All right. Take care, guys. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.